Hi, I'm Notyetdead in name and in nature, and welcome back to South Mountain Creamery. So it's early summer, and early in the morning I'm down at the store. Got a bit of rain coming in by the look of it, which is a bit unfortunate given what I'm planning to do today, but never mind. You will also notice we have over $1 million in the bank account. We had that money come through, so the two gentlemen, businessmen that I was talking about, have transferred the funds over, so we are now in a good position to start expanding the farm. And you will notice to my right we have a small amount of equipment down here. So what I've done is I've had a good think about what equipment we've got, what we need to upgrade, what we need bigger, what we can manage without, whatever, and I brought it all down here. So we need to sell it. So that's job one. Then while we're down here, we will also, I'll start doing this while I'm talking, because otherwise, crikey. Yeah, while we're down here, we also need to buy some new stuff to do some jobs, and unfortunately the job I was planning today is to start making hay, but obviously that's going to be a bit of a challenge. I hope that's in the right place. If it's going to rain, but we'll see how we do. Hopefully it won't last too long. So let the selling begin. That actually, let's see, hopefully the tractor is in the right place. It is. Need to repair it first. Okay, fine. Yeah, so yeah, it's quite lucky that we've got these funds come through from these very nice gentlemen. I wonder about keeping the pickup, the iconic South Mountain Creamery Farm pickup, but I think at some point we'll buy a new one. So I think for now it makes sense. Generate a little bit extra funds, and then we'll buy a new one as we need it. I haven't been using it that often anyway, so it's not hardly essential. Repair it first, then sell it. So yeah, so quite a few pieces of equipment. So yeah, so we sold the old bale trolley. We don't need that because we've now got a new sell point for our logs for people, so that we can do it in a bit more bulk, and it's away from the road, which was one of the comments we'd had. And also yeah, the little Herleman, which I undernard, but I'm glad I've used it. But I think it's time we got some bigger tractors. I like having the Massey for a yard tractor. It's a good size. Oops, let's try and get that. Hope that's in the right place. It's going to take a little bit of time to do this, but hopefully not too much time. Yeah, so we're going to need to do some stuff with the animals as well. If you recall from the last episode, it was a while ago. We finished seeding all the fields. We've been around and sprayed. So I finished. We'll just quickly run through this. I finished a seeding field. Oh my eyesight's going 26. That's now got the corn in it that we'll need for silage, and we've also been round and sprayed. Everything has now had an additional spray, and of course 26. There's a few corners missed because of the. Actually, I don't know why that would be, because of cedar. But yes, everything's pretty much got a full level of fertilization, so that's fine. So from a field perspective, we're now done until harvest time, unless I buy some more fields, pardon me, or run out of power food. Oh grief, it's okay. So that's quite urgent then, so but that's fine because we'll sort out that. And yeah, I need to top up the animals and stuff, so we've got that to do as well. But yeah, it's summer, and as it says, when you move into summer season on Farming Simulator, that means it's time to make hay while the sun shines, and it's going to rain, which is just brilliant, isn't it? Really, part of the course. But it's fine. Yeah, we can get the animals sorted out while we're waiting if we have to, but it's suppose at least if we get the grass, I mean I was going to grass and I was going to cut and ted at the same time as the only snag. Would have been good, because then we'll bale it. So that's the big thing, is we will start, let's see if I can do a couple at a time here. We will start baling, which I'm really looking forward to actually. So I've had a good think about what equipment we might buy, and I think I've got it clear in my head. We will see when it comes to it, whether or not it's still clear in my head, because it's been a little while. Yeah, it's been a while since I did a video on here. I'm also doing a Welk one alongside. That's taken a bit of time. Some winter prices are not being as kind to me as I might have hoped. So I'm doing quite a lot of stuff in between doing sort of shooting sections video, but I'm not, you know, I'm still trying to put it together. So I thought I'd come and do this because I've been really looking forward to doing this. But yeah, so I've been away and a few other bits and dabs, so it's taken a while to get back around to doing this. Now we've got a front 3-point link on here, haven't we? So I'm coming at this from the right angle, aren't I? Yep, I am. Only the silo king, which for some reason is always the wrong way around. I don't know why that is. Now watch very carefully to see if that tether moves. It has a very weird collision on it. No, seems alright. You can see it's already at a slightly funny angle because of the collision. And when I was putting everything in place, took me a little bit of time to do that. Obviously, driving all this stuff down here, bit back and forth. Right, so should be able to then. It's been a long time since I've sold this amount of equipment at one go. Actually, that's probably not in the right place. Let's drop that off there. Spin round. It's a bit of hit and miss. A couple of times I've put something where I thought it should be, and it's turned out that it hasn't. Move the tractor well out of the way. Yeah, slightly worried about that rain, but the sun due after, so hopefully the rain will pass quickly. And no, you see? You see? That's really the next thing it's going to pick up. So not the thing that's right next to it, no. The other thing, in that case what I'm going to do, in one swift movement, I will do this. Pick that up. The front, spin round. I was leaving the tractor and then slow it till the very end because, you know, I could do both at the same time. Hopefully, see how wide the trigger actually is. I have a feeling it's not that wide. I don't know. Try that. Fingers crossed. Okay. This is a bit risky. This is not just buy a tractor. Hey, nice. Well, that's good. Spent a little bit of stuff. I've sold a bit of stuff, rather. So how much do we make on all that in the end? Where's the finances? Sold vehicles, 178,000. Well, that's not too bad, is it? So we still got left. Let's have a quick go through. So we've still got the Amazon, got the Pottinger Novacat front mower, got the Lily Hibiscus windrower, the Euroboss. I'm going to keep, because I should, from now on I'm only going to need that if I'm doing small amounts of grass to feed the cows or the animals. So I don't need a bigger one particularly. I may need to upgrade that at some point, but it'll do for now. So I've got my buildings, I'm going to keep that. Kept the front tank. May get a new tray at some point, but that'll do for now. Cedar, I suppose I could have sold that actually. We'll see. We'll see. I don't need to replace it either way, so it's not... Okay, fine. Alright. So, two things, an absolute must. They're supposed to be fair. Do I need both at the same time? Oh no, I wasn't going to get that one. Sorry, that was my standard one. I am going to, it's a terrible thing, I know. But it just fits, and it makes sense, and I love it, and it's funny. Oh, we may not have it in 19, so I'm going to use it again. Gone straight past it already. We are going to get the Voltra T-Series Cow Edition. I don't want it with a front loader. We don't need to max out the power. How much extra is it? Oh yeah, no. Go for it with wheel weights, because I love it with wheel weights, and I love it with white wheel or white rims. So we'll stick with that. Buy it. Okay. Next thing to go with that. This will be my mowing tractor. I'm going to get this just because it makes sense. We'll also then, we're going to need a new tedder. Oh yeah, that's right, I downloaded a couple of new ones. How big is that? 11.2 meters, it's 23,600. So how big are the mowers? 8.4. Tedder. It's 8.7. Should be perfectly big enough. That said, I have used it before, so from that perspective maybe it's a little bit dull to use it again. Just thinking, I haven't used this one. I downloaded a couple of modded ones. It's a bit more expensive. It's quite a bit more expensive. How wide is that one? That's not wide enough. Okay, fine. It's quite a bit more expensive, but I haven't used it before, so why not? What the hell? It's that bit wider, so it does actually mean that it'll cover, you know, if I miss a spot somewhere, then it'll cover it fine. Windrow we're okay with. Don't need any fertilizer sprayers at this point in time, because, oh, so I do need both tractors. Cool. Nice. Because I just thought about what else I need. And I talked about this a little while ago, that I really want the T5 just because it's what I just did my tractor training on. 99, 117, actually wasn't a T5, it was a T4. I did use a T5, but it was a slightly older one, but the T4 was a bit newer, but as close as I can get, so that's fine. I will go for this with a slightly bigger engine. 900, nah, standard, nah, wide, standard, standard, that'll do, fine. Okay, because then we also need to think about baling. So and actually for now that's probably it. The other thing I'm going to get, so I've kept the Amazon because if you remember, we talked about this a little while ago, the Catros goes on the back of the Zune hammer, so I'll be able to cultivate and slurry at the same time. So that, no brainer, and that's why I've kept that other front tank as well, because it just gives me that little bit extra capacity. So that is awesome. I'm also thinking about this organic thing, so we're going to try and do that too. So we'll see how that goes. Could upgrade to that and another tractor at some point. We'll see how we do. Also was thinking, yeah, so fertilizer spreader or sprayer, we'll see for now. Again, I've left that. Might go for a sprayer, might go for a self-propelled. I haven't used the in-game New Holland yet. I haven't used the Massey Ferguson MF 9030, which I was keeping for a UK map, so I might go with that actually. What's the price difference? Oh yeah, Massey Ferguson's cheaper. It's also slightly narrower, but it's not a bad thing. I also haven't used the Kuhn Metris. I used the Deltas previously, which is a really good setup with the front tank as well. Anyway, but none of those for now. I'll talk a little bit more about what I'm thinking with that in a moment. What I also therefore need is baling stuff. Originally, I'd thought about using the Arcusin, because that was how I did it. Eventually, that was how I did it on Goldcrest. I used the Arcusin, stack it up, lay them down, and then I used the telehandler with the Cotech forks to move them forward at the time, put them in storage. I'm going to go without that because there's a particular trailer I wanted to use. I need a square baler, but I am going to do it manually. I think it's a US map. I'm quite keen on getting some Challenger tractors in the end. We'll probably go for Challenger and a case eventually, so when we start getting bigger stuff. So I think I'm going to get the Challenger big baler, because again, I've never used it. I'm quite keen on doing 4 at a time with the Cotech forks, because the Cotech forks are amazing. I've tried a few different modded balers to try and figure out which ones would work, but I couldn't find one that worked. I've used that before, so I think we will go and we'll get the Quadro. We'll have to have it in yellow if I'm going to get a Challenger. Now then, do I want to buy it or lease it? Yeah, we'll buy it. I'm going to use that quite a lot. That's fine. So same with the baler. Yeah, we'll need the attached trailer again. Buy it or lease it. Again, going to use it quite a lot, so I think buying makes sense. Right, we're going to get telehandler. And I'm going to get the new Holland modded one, the LM742 again, because I haven't used it. I'm in the US, you know, always want to use it, so great, fine. Buy it or lease. You know what, I'm not going to be doing, I'm only going to use it for baling mostly. I'd have to use it an awful lot to get anywhere near that 100 grand, and we're starting to get a bit low on money already. That million's not going to last very long, so at least that I'm going to buy this, because the difference between the two isn't huge. Cool. And again, on the basis that I don't expect to be, you know, using it for hours and hours at a time, I'm going to lease, sorry. Mind you, actually it's almost not worth worrying about. It's, yeah, fine. Red or blue? Blue. I am going to get the auto load. But I won't use it. I'll try not to use it, but I've got it there if I need it. So I'm just sending an X200, might as well. Yeah, I may as well buy it. There was something else I was going to get, and I thought, no, I'll just lease that. I can't remember what it was. Sort of, you know, if you've got stuff, yeah, this. Obviously, I need to do feeding. I need to feed the cows. So, could have the Trailline Duo, the Self-Line Compact, which is pretty cool. How much power does this need? Okay, so the Massey's got plenty. I'm going to get it, and I'm just going to lease it, because then actually if I decide to upgrade it, I haven't actually used it that much. Because that's 10 grand to lease and 900 a day. Wow, that's 3 grand. Okay, no brainer. No brainer. 13,000 litre capacity. Oh, and has a big capacity. Right, absolute no brainer. Do wonder about animal trailers actually as well. Might get the Brawn. Again, I was keeping that for UK map, but or shall I get the Mech Fibre? How much to lease? Wow. Because again, I was planning on using this for a UK map. What's capacity? 12,750. It's pretty cool. It's a mod. I haven't used it. I don't know if it's going to be in the next game. I have to go with the no plate. But yeah, I was keeping this for a UK map, but it's looking less and less likely we're going to get Shamrock on console before 19 comes out. So I'm going to lease it, because actually if you think about how much I'm actually going to use it, in terms of number of hours, not that much. Did I get everything? I think so. Let's go see. Oh, I love spending money. My goodness me. Oh my god. Right, okay. Sadly, I don't think the Caporicci has a rear towing hitch, does it? That's a pity. Just trying to think the most efficient way to get all this stuff back to the farm. sure there's a way I can do it all in one shot. Okay, fine. I think I've got everything I need. Let's say, so I've got mowers, tedder, got a windrower, got balers, baler, Cotech forks, telehandler. I might need some new storage, we can worry about that later. I've got my bale trailer, got my food mixer. I may yet want a bigger scoop for the telehandler over the one that I've already got for the Massey, but we'll leave that for now and we'll see how we get on. Yeah, so that's burnt through a good, what's that, 300 grand or so? Ooh, 450 near, but wowzers. Yeah, I think that'll do. Right, I will get this back to the farm and I'll see you back there. Right, so finally it stopped raining. It's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I have brought all of the new equipment back, stored it all away, and I've just finished. It was a bit tricky to do because I had to do it under the roof, so it didn't get wet while I was doing it. But anyway, I've just finished the first mix of power food. I've also topped up the water and been and refilled the water tank again. I've topped up the straw. I've topped up the grass. And yeah, one lot of power food and topped up the silage and hay, and it's already in the orange, so way easier than was with the old Silo King. Just a little bit bigger. Oops. So yeah, so we'll do one more load. Obviously still can't start the grass yet, it's too wet, so may just do a short episode today and leave that for the next episode. I think I'm very keen to finish this one and my Welker Farm series off, get through to the end of second year in both of them, obviously with the objective here of this one of having a good herd of cows of 100 or so strong, which I think should be quite doable. But I'm planning on getting both of those done before 20th November, so you know, before we get FS19. So yeah, so I might just do this today, finish off, get this one out to you guys. It's been long enough, and then as soon as the grass is dry we will start baling. And it's been a while since I've done bales, so I'm really looking forward to it. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I'm thinking I might get a bigger bucket. So the capacity of this is 12,000. It has a slightly different mix to the Silo King. The Silo King wanted an even mix to get a green mix of straw, hay and silage. This one is a sort of 40-40-20 mix. So it's roughly 2,000 of straw. It's actually quite easy doing it with a scoop, but yeah, it's sort of 2,000 of straw, 4,000 of silage, 4,000 of, actually it should be 2,000 of straw, 5,000 of silage and 5,000 of hay is a full mix. So took a little bit more than that last time because obviously you never quite get a full bucket, but yeah, so that's what we're aiming for. Does mean of course when it comes to bales, yeah, see how that goes, what mix we do, because of course 12,000 is 3 bales, so I don't know how we'll do that. I'll have to see. Probably ought to have a rear weight on for doing this, but it could of course be that actually I suppose if I end up needing a bigger bucket, then I probably need to think about whether I still need this tractor, because if I'm not, you know, if I've got a bucket for the telehandler, do I need this? I suppose I can't. I wouldn't use it anyway. I was going to say I can't run the I thought I lost some hay just because it was raining. Shouldn't have done. Oh well, perhaps I didn't get quite as much out. Yeah, because the loading wagon I won't not have enough. I won't use with this tractor necessarily, because you know, grass I'll pretty much just go get off the fields and then chuck it straight in the it'll need to go straight in the feed trough. Yep, I need to get some more hay, aren't I? It's a bit annoying. It's a little bit tricky to do this loose, but I did put it in here in the hopes that it would stay dry, but I'm pretty sure it's disappeared. I'd say it was quite amazing actually trying to do this in the wet, so I parked the I put the mixing wagon underneath. Yeah, it's just not picking that stuff up at the back. Oh well. Well, there's the odd 1,000 anyway, and I'll need to get some more in the trailer. Yeah, so it was kind of weird. So as soon as I'd put it in the bucket, it was already, you know, if I'd got the bucket turned up to the rain, it was already losing volume. So how are we doing? Just check the mix. Yep, fine. So actually I suppose I could do the extra, I get the extra 1,000 of silage, just half a bucket full, thereabouts. Oops, a little bit more, but that's fine because there's capacity in the thing to go a little bit over. And I'll go get some more hay. Yeah, I did want to show this. I do like this actually. It's a really interesting. It's quite a bit different to the Silo King ones that you get in game. You know, they're all similar in design, just some slightly bigger. One's trailed to a self-propelled. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to chuck it all in. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, so it's quite nice. That's something a little bit different for a change. I say I was keeping it for Shamrock Valley, but I'm assuming we're not going to get that now. And even if I do, I probably won't have time to do that much on it. So it's fine. We'll just use some different equipment on this map than I was planning to originally. I've used the Silo Kings quite a lot anyway, so. Oops, that was only just in. Won't fill it. That'll do. Oh, it's knocked over the sign. Oh well. Yeah, nice sunny day now, so hopefully it won't take too long for the grass to dry and I'll be able to get some hay bales done before the end of the day. I've still got some to get through. There's plenty of time to do some more. I'm hoping I'll get 2 cuts. I did talk about whether I might do some, to be a little bit careful with this because it's a bit too big, this trailer, for doing under this shed. That'll do for now. I might just leave that there. Put that to one side. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I lost some of that from the rain. And yet the straw, we didn't lose so much. It's a bit weird. Oh well. Oh, come on. It just sometimes catches on the ground if you have it too low. But it wasn't that low. There we go. Be a lot quicker with bales. That'll do for now. We've got quite a lot in storage still, so it's worth using up. Yeah, nicely. So we're in the green area, so we've got a good mix. Yeah, and I'll get another 1,000 of hay in, which is about right. Yeah, I also need to think about, so I had a little bit of water left in the water tanker, topped up the water for the cows with it, which actually pretty much used it all. There was about 800 litres left, so I could put those, I put that into one of the greenhouses. The greenhouses are about 50% full for water still. Thinking about some manure actually to get those plants fed, start getting the fruits produced. But But yeah, so I did go and fill it again straight away. But yeah, definitely going to need to think about having some sort of slightly bigger, you know, once I start getting more animals. I should turn the lights off now, of course it's stopped raining. Yeah, once I start getting more animals, I'll definitely need a bigger water container, so I'll need to think about that too. Cool. Second mix. I quite like this. I do like the slightly different design, it's kind of fun. Does it do much? Does it? Just wonder what the options are. Nah, pretty much it really. Just turn it on, have it mixing nicely. But yes, I've been a casually making a mess. I already went all the way down the other side of here and cleaned up the feed area properly. It's the first time I've done that, so there we go, unloading. Still filling up silage and hay, but yeah, power food's going up nicely now, that's good. Let's call it, it's slightly smaller than the trailed Silo King, but it's fine, it's big enough. By the time we've got bales, this will be a really easy job. Brilliant. So how much do we get up to? 9,320. It's the first time that power food's been in the green since we started this map, so I will do one more load. And and it is dry, so I think I will probably do one more load of this. We'll call it a day here for now. I will do one more load, and then a little bit later on I'll get on with the mowing and tedding and baling, and we'll get that done. I'll do that in the next episode now because it's been raining so much. I'll do that next episode. But yes, come to the end of the episode. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a like. If you don't subscribe yet and you would like to, please do. And any comments, suggestions, thoughts, please just drop me a line in the comments. And as I always say, you know, spread the word. It'd be nice to start bigging up the viewership. Really appreciate that. So yeah, let people know if you've got people who think might like this. And otherwise, I'll look forward to welcoming you back to South Mountain Creamery very, very soon. Bye bye for now.